Stephen Ernst, a senior here at Gonzaga. You may not have noticed or cared that I stutter, but I wanted to tell you about what I and 3 million other Americans deal with every day. Now, how many of you know what stuttering is exactly? Or how many of you have heard it mentioned sometime other than in the Office episode where Stanley says, "Did I stutter?"
Did I stutter?
That's what I wanted to fix today. Stuttering is a communication disorder involving disruptions or disfluencies in a person's speech. In addition to producing disfluencies, people who stutter often experience physical tension and struggle to get their words out, as well as embarrassment, anxiety, and fear about speaking. Together, these symptoms can make it very difficult for people who stutter to say what they want to say and to communicate effectively with others. About 80% of kids that stutter when they are young grow out of it by the time they are 4. 4 out of 5 people who stutter are guys. No one knows exactly what causes stuttering, and there is no surefire cure. But there are also a lot of famous people who stutter, and most are surprising. Some are Tiger Woods, Bob Sanders, Bruce Willis, B.B. King, James Earl Jones, Joe Biden, and possibly even Moses. In my case, I've always stuttered according to my parents, but I never really cared about it until freshman year. Then I started to be embarrassed and fearful about how I spoke, and the new friendships I wanted to make suffered because of my hesitation to speak. I developed what are called tricks to avoid stuttering. My biggest one was that I started to say the word to delay a word I felt I wasn't able to say. My fear peaked in freshman year with the speech contest. I chose a passage that I knew I could read because it had a lot of pauses in it, and I knew I could get through it. I've now been in speech therapy for over a year, and I've had a complete turnaround. For one thing, my attitude changed. Even though I stutter, I know I can read the announcements on WZAG and appear in ridiculously awesome features. I'm also learning ways to reduce the stuttering I have every day. And what I find most important is that I have opened myself up to everyone at Gonzaga. I'm working on becoming friends with everyone I should have met back in freshman year. Now it's not a disability for me. It's another challenge in my life just like everyone else has. Now, if that didn't sound like my potential college application essay right there, you obviously weren't paying enough attention. Hey, do you guys know how to react when you hear someone stutter? Here's Mrs. Vivian Siskin, a stuttering expert from the University of Maryland.
Very often people don't recognize stuttering behavior when they see it, so the first thing they can do is recognize that someone is stuttering. People often do a variety of struggle behaviors, and they may repeat words, have silent blocks, or may do unusual things with their face and their body during moments of stuttering. When you recognize it is stuttering, it's best to be a good listener. Another thing that someone can do if you notice someone is stuttering is to keep good eye contact. Keeping good eye contact keeps the person engaged and allows them to complete their sentence or their thought. Another thing you can do is try not to give advice. Very often people like to give advice like slow down, think about what you're going to say, or calm down, don't be so nervous. Very often these kinds of advice do not help. Best thing is to be a good listener, keep good eye contact, and listen to the content of what someone is saying.
Thank you all for listening, and have a great day, Gonzaga.